Clean eating is all I know. How do I let myself eat foods that I've avoided for so long?
Ooh, it's a tough one because the idea of clean eating, which we sometimes unofficially call orthorexia, which means obsessed with an arbitrary set of rules about what is meant to be healthy for one's body, is deeply compelling. It is rooted in any number of anxieties in our society, including ones around weight, but also in ones about avoiding illness, preventing medical problems down the road. And gosh, the people who promote them sound really believable and scientific. The problem is that the notion of clean eating is just silly. It doesn't have anything to do with reality. Humans are basically the only large mammals on the planet who can eat almost anything after weaning as an infant and grow and sustain an adult. When you think about the different cuisines and food availability to humans around the planet, by contrast with, a humpback whale, which can only eat plankton, or a giraffe, which can only eat acacia leaves, or whatever it is. I mean, it's incredible that humans are true omnivores. So it's reasonable to be thoughtful about some type of balance. And is that a slippery slope? Yeah, probably so. But when I talk about everything goes, trolls love to ask me, oh, what? So you believe that if you just eat chips all day, everybody's fine? Everybody can eat anything they want? No, like that's not what I'm saying. But if on a particular Wednesday night, all you really want to have for supper is a bag of chips, okay, no problem. Your body isn't that delicate, and as we think from a global perspective, where you have the resources to do it, sometimes you probably want to buy organic. And, should you not have the resource to do it, then you won't. We need to think about this less as a matter of individual choice and more in terms of certain systems of oppression, because there are many communities throughout the world that literally have no access to fresh fruits and vegetables and fresh proteins. They only have access to highly palatable packaged goods. That is a community system of oppression problem. We need to be thinking less about sort of how will I personally be sullied if I eat this package of goldfish, and more, what in the greater scheme of things can be the messages that can apply to all and not just sort of some elite few. I personally eat absolutely everything, and I eat them in relative balance most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have an enormous amount of health privilege among my other privileges. I'm aware of how that benefits me to the extent that I can be aware of that. And the reality is that there simply isn't anything that shouldn't go, short of things you're allergic to or things that have gone off. And the more that we can understand that and embrace it, the more we can recognize how much a sense of morality or a sense of capital G goodness has come in our modern society to be linked not with what kind of a person we are and how our morals are and how we help others and how we're aware of the world, but what we eat.
Mm.
That is truly superficial and misguided, and we have to get away from that. And I think that it's not a matter of sort of you who are orthorexic have done wrong. It's, oh gosh, a bunch of things must have been really tough exposures for you in your life to where this is what you think is the most important thing to focus on, and where your whole world comes crashing down if you've got to spontaneously go out to a restaurant and you haven't had time to look at the menu and you're not sure if they're going to have exactly what you need. We've got to resist that. And the more each one of us privately and publicly resists this, the more we clear away the pollution of diet culture and we create micro communities where other people are allowed to be safe in their bodies. So when I'm with my friends, they know 100% not to make a comment about their body, not to make a denigrating comment about their food, not to make a worried comment about their food. So while we have feasts together, they never say that shit because they know that's not acceptable in my world. And my children know that I would never in a million years make a comment like, frankly, I was raised with, oh, I shouldn't eat this, but oh, I've eaten this, so I guess I have to now go do this workout tomorrow. Never.
Mm-hmm.
And to create those little islands of wellness and freedom from those chains is so liberating for everybody. It is actually a feminist matter. It is a matter of racial justice. All of us need to participate in taking that out of our common parlance.
Yes, so true. And I actually have a very recent example. I ran a marathon last weekend. I'm generally a vegetarian for environmental reasons, but the morning after the race, they had all these beautiful fresh fruits, even berries and that, you don't see those at buffets, breakfast buffets very often, but they had these, scooped it up. And then I walked past the bacon and the sausages and I thought, oh, those look so good. So I loaded up my plate, I ate them, and I thought, I don't normally crave these, but my body is asking for protein or fat or something. And I felt so liberated to say, just eat it. No, nothing went through there. And just to have reached that point, it really was so empowering to say, like, I know I'm told I shouldn't eat those two things, bacon and sausages, and I'm a vegetarian, and it's okay to break that once in a while when I really felt like I needed to, and also to say that's not a bad food. So
good job. That's exactly right.
thank you.